everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. We're going to do a little bit of work on the Ram, but right now we got to head down to Malahide, Ontario to pick up some parts. Here's something cool, a truck full of Chargers just come out of the Bramalea assembly. Let's see if there's anything good here. It's hard to tell. In the old days, you could tell the good ones because they'd have dual exhaust, but, well, they all have dual exhaust now. What do we got here? These look like rental cars. Oh, those are cop cars, the two bottom ones. They're cop cars. That's a cop car. See the spotlight? Cop cars on top. Oh, yeah, cool. Outstanding. A load of cars. We got a pretty good dumping of snow, and it was blowing around, and it was raining first, and then it turned to snow. So the snow all stuck in the trees, and the trees all look like them fake Christmas trees you buy with the fake snow in them, but they're real. It's kind of pretty. Ready? Here's some more. That's really nice. We went through a little patch behind us where there wasn't so much snow, but there's a lot more over here. We got piles at our place. We made our first stop and left there. You can see here, look, there's no snow here, not like our house. We're down south of Woodstock. Not too far north of Woodstock, up by the highway, there's a lot of snow, but down here, there's nothing. So anyway, we're on our way to our next stop. See you when we get there. We're into Ancaster now, on our way to Hamilton, and you can see we're back into the full boogie winter wonderland. The storm, it was a pretty good one that tore through here the other night, so it's quite strange. Like an hour ago there we were driving around and there was grass, there was nothing, and now kaboom. Look at how beautiful it is. So it's all still in the trees. Yeah, it's hard on the trees when it gets like that. It'll break them and take them down, but it looks nice at any rate. So here we are in the boneyard. There's a Ram 2500 quad cab in here. We're looking for one part. We'll see if it's there. Unfortunately, the inside of it's just full of snow. Let's see if we can get the hood open. So she's a 3/4 ton 4x4 with a Hemi. Not really a ton of stuff I can use off of it, but I did get what I came for, the steering shaft. Poor caliber. Look at the poor little thing. Oh dear. Oh, you can't save them all. Coming down the mountain on Highway 20 back into the Hammer, and we'll get over to the Queenie. We've been gone a long time, so we're gonna cheat. And once we come down from the Skyway, we'll take the 407 home because the boys have been on their own. This is probably the longest we've ever left them. It'll be about 7.5 hours by the time we get home. If we have a home to get to, there might just be a foundation there. We'll see.
Prepare to exit the highway in 3 kilometers and exit 97.
Here we go, up the Burlington Skyway. We're on the old side, the original side, and they built that side later when this one got too crowded. I don't know if we'll see any boats from here. The walls are so tall. I think this week, or right about now, is the end of the Great Lakes shipping season. Everything will be shut down till the spring. That there you can see down there is the entrance into Hamilton Bay. The big boats will come in through there. Famously, a few years ago, a guy hit this bridge with that dump box on his truck up. I don't know how many millions of dollars in damage he done. He was drunk or something. Big mess. And then way over there, as far as you can see off in the distance, is Toronto. The first little point there is that you see is Oakville. We're coming up through Mississauga now, and again, over here, like some of the places we've been, there's literally no snow. Oh, there's a big bird. Can we see him? We're out near the airport. No, I don't think I can get him. Is the gear down? No, the gear's up, so he's just took off. I just saw a guy out in the field on a mountain bike. Wouldn't be doing that up around my place. Here's another mile of excellent products from the land of almost fits, getting ready to be delivered to your home. This little stretch of the 407 here by Pine Valley, back in the 90s when they were building the 407, before they opened it, right here on this little stretch right here, they had a big car show. And we came up here and we had all our cars parked up and down either side of the 407. I remember that. Also, before the 407 opened for business, there was a lot of late night drag racing that used to go on here. Guys would come and get through the construction barricades and they'd have the whole road to themselves, and they'd street race for cash up here. I've seen some other strange things go on the 407 in the middle of the night. Some pretty high-end race cars, but that's a whole nother story. Here we go, off the Rich Man Expressway. Nobody likes to pay to drive on a highway, but this thing, it saves you so much time from being jammed on that friggin' Queen E and 401. The Doobie Brothers are playing, I'll get in trouble. There. And just like that, we're in the wilds of Pickering again. This is nice. I like when Deb drives me around in the old Ram 1500. Sad to see this poor old barn here. Every time we drive by, there's less pieces of the roof still on it. It doesn't have a lot of time left. People don't use barns like they used to use them. There's no livestock, on the family farm that would be in the basement. And the hay now, if they keep hay on the farms, they put them in those big, those buildings that are made out of a giant tarp or whatever the heck they are, with the metal trusses. When we moved up here 20 years ago, this was all farm fields. Like, it was working farms. There was crops coming off this land. All of this up here. I think the original farmhouse from this farm here is still there on, yeah, I can see it, it's coming up.
Route recalculation. Make a U-turn where possible.
They fixed it up and sold it in at least in the town of Markham. They don't let them tear down the heritage buildings, like a lot of places do. So this one right here with the porch sticking out towards us and the double garage there, that one right there on the corner, that's the original farmhouse from that farm. All that's left of it. That's progress, eh? Doing a ton of work at this place. This used to be the T-Bird guy. I guess he's passed away now. This guy had, you talk about a nice collection of 50s and 60s T-Birds. That guy had them. The whole back of that house is a huge garage. It looks like one of these things that might be a huge indoor swimming pool, but it's actually a garage. And that's where he had all his T-birds. And here we are into the home stretch, making the turn onto our road. That's a little rough. Next turn will be into our driveway, which is good because I'm hungry. And there's two boys there waiting for us that want to come out probably and go pee and tear us around in the snow. Oh, look at that. Down in Hamilton in the junkyard, it was -1. It was beautiful in there. Now up here, it's now -7. At least it's sunny and there's no wind. So it's not that bad. But it's supposed to plummet tonight, I think, into the mid-teens negative. So if you still got water in the engine block in your Model T, you might want to go out and drain it before tonight. Alrighty, here we are. Home sweet home. That was a long day. Well, it looked like the plow's been around pushing the snowbank back. There we are. Jolly good. These guys are happy we're home. They're happy to come out here and run around and wrestle and fight and carry on. They're playing with their dog frisbee. So here's the stuff from the first leg of our journey, which I forgot to show you at the time before we continued to the junkyard. I went down to see this guy to get these two bug deflectors. The white one is the one that I was after. On these 3rd gen Rams, if you had a Sport or a Laramie, you could get a color keyed bug deflector right from Chrysler, right? So this one here being a Laramie, it's got the odd grill that is a body colored ring with a chrome cross. They put a chrome bug shield on it. I think honestly it should have a white one, or that it would look better with the white one. So I wanted to find one of these. We'll see what that looks like after. And it came with a chrome one, too. And it also came with this old broken grill, which is interesting because I don't have one with chrome bars. It needs a little bit of repair, but it's not bad. We're going to do some mixing and matching with grills. I have so many different grills now. We're going to try different inserts in different frames with different bug deflectors until we get it how we like. It also came with this old hood. This hood is in really bad shape. The paint's bubbling and it's rusty. But we do have a use for it. I'll show you what we're going to do with that later. It's not even related to the truck. Here's the steering shaft we got at the Wreckers today. And here's the one we got last time we went to the Wreckers. I'll show you what we're going to do with these later. You can see what happens to these. This must have been a good driving truck, eh? That's why people put Borgeson steering shafts in it. Now, I'll tell you the difference between these two. And see this one here. Let's turn it that way. No play at all. This one, it's destroyed. You want to know the difference between these two trucks? This was a plow truck. And this was just somebody's truck. That's what plowing does to a truck. Also today we've got stuff keeps showing up. I've just gotten a little carried away with this. That's just what happens. 4 ball joints. I'll tell you why I wasn't planning on getting into that, but I'll show you what happened. On the front axle here, I found out there's supposed to be dust shields behind the rotors. I don't know why, but it just bothered me that they weren't there. I found out you could still get them from the dealer, so I ordered a pair. Now, to get those on, they go on behind the wheel hub / bearing assembly. So I have to pull those out to install those. I said, well, if I'm pulling the bearings out, I'm not putting old ones back. So I ordered a pair of bearings. Then I realized that it's got these little brackets here that hold the ABS wire. You can see this one, it's rotted just about through. It's starting to get flimsy. And on the other side, it's completely gone. The ABS wire is just laying there flopping around on top of the hub. That's no good. The bracket mounts on the stud. You can see the other end of it there. It just mounts on the stud for the upper ball joint. And of course, from Chrysler, they are discontinued. I'm going to have to fabricate them. So I said, well, if I have to take the ball joint apart to put that on, I'm putting new ball joints. So I ordered 4 ball joints. And then I said, well, I'm going to be in there that far. I might as well do the axle joints too. So let's just renew everything. Everything is going to be new. We've got new control arms for it. We're going to clean this all up, touch up the paint a little bit. Let's go whole hog, eh? And then also at the other day, I was down at the Wreckers and I stumbled across a pretty decent pair of bumpers. This back one does have a couple of wings in it, but it's nothing compared to the damage that's on our back bumper. Ours is, despite being rust-free, is just smashed to smithereens from one end to the other. It is absolutely destroyed. I don't think it could even be straightened. We also at the Wreckers picked up this spare front bumper, and it's a proper 02 to 05 one with the right upper plastic piece. I got this for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, the plastic chin spoiler underneath our bumper was all broken and messed up. And this one came with a really nice one. And I got the whole bumper with the fog lights in it and everything from the junkyard for what it would cost me just to buy the plastic chin spoiler. So win-win. Secondly, we want to fiddle around and see if we can integrate a winch into the front bumper area. And I don't want to be hacking and slashing our nice original bumper until we know it's going to work. So I won't mind having this junkyard bumper if I got to cut a hunk out of it to or weld a bracket on or something to get the winch to fit. We can do it on this one. Unfortunately, what I found out doing this, the bumper face bar is the same across all the trucks, 1500 through 3500. But these brackets on the back side of them are what's different. So we're going to go back down to the boneyard tomorrow. I know where there's a 2500 truck with the front bumper still on it. We're going to try to get the brackets. Worst case scenario, I'm just going to have to pull the entire front bumper off and bring that home. That's going to wrap it up for this one. I always enjoy taking a road trip to get some parts. Always enjoy going to the wrecking yard. And it's always fun to come home and see the dogs because they're always happy to see us. And they went crazy when we took them over to run. I hope I got caught up a little bit on how this project is progressing and some of the things we're going to be doing. And I guess that's it. This was kind of a non-productive video, but running around and sourcing stuff and finding stuff and figuring out how you're going to use stuff is all part of the equation too. That's part of this whole process. Anyway, I'm going to take off now. And in the next video, we'll get back to getting some work done. We're kind of stuck waiting for some parts too right now that are holding a couple of operations up. But I expect they'll be along shortly. And until then, I want to thank you for tuning in. Hope you'll come back and see what we're up to again next time. And until then, this is Kevin saying so long from the Claremont Classic Garage.